The silver works of the treasure of St. Januarius are an integral part of that great story of art and faith, which has its home here in the Royal Chapel. Just think that the 18th century candlesticks, which dominate the front of the high altar, the so-called splendors, were forged thanks to the donations of worshippers, both rich and poor. To pay for the 400 kilos of silver required, Charles Bourbon donated 2,000 ducats, but added to these were the contributions of many other small donors. Besides these and the legendary bust of St. Januarius, it is worth also mentioning the almost 50 sculptures and statues of the co-patron saints. The 19 full-figure bronze sculptures are the co-patron saints, and corresponding to each of these is a silver bust with a relic on its chest. A supernatural army of 54 saints! In the 17th and 18th centuries, over 300 metalworking laboratories were active in the town and accounted for 70% of European silverwork. The demand was high, and the various laboratories soon began to compete, fielding the most skilled craftsmen on the market. True teams of excellence, as we would say today, were formed, with the best painter making the preparatory sketch, the best sculptor translating it into a cast, and finally the goldsmith, an artist in his own right, transforming their vision into a treasure. An efficient system which had its roots in the past. It was 1305 when Charles II of Anjou, to celebrate the 1000th anniversary of the saint's beheading, donated the first bust-cum-reliquary of the collection, that of St. Januarius. 3 goldsmiths from Provence arrived at the Anjou court, and their presence so greatly boosted the local school that only a few decades later, Joan I of Anjou officialized the birth of the Corporation of Neapolitan Goldsmiths, laying the bases for that local tradition of which the treasure of St. Januarius is the maximum expression. The Museum of the Treasure, whose entrance is next to the cathedral, contains the remaining part of the precious objects donated to the saint. Objects which narrate 7 centuries of gold and silver work, a unique collection for its continuity, skilled craftsmanship, and artistic value.